Your past does not define you and is not determining where you're going in life. Just because you have a past where you've made a lot of mistakes, you've been angry, you've been depressed, you've made bad mistakes on choosing the wrong people and being in the wrong environments and hurting other people and hurting yourself, just because all of that has happened, it doesn't mean that there isn't a future for you. It doesn't mean that the world and the situations that you're in can't get better. It just all starts off with you believing it can get better, because belief is the spark, it's the start of everything. It is the thing that starts to transform every single molecule and atom in this universe. It's the belief, it's the thought, it's the intention. And under this new moon today, I want to also speak that into you, that you can set new intentions. You can start over. You can be a new person, and you can have a new life. You can exist in a new reality, but it all starts with you and what you believe. See, when negative things are repetitiously happening to us, we start to create these beliefs that keep us stuck in that energy. So not only was the external environment full of poison, we start to allow the external environment to determine what our internal environment is like, and we start to get poisoned on the inside. And when you get poisoned on the inside, it only reinforces what's happening externally. For example, if you're around toxic people and they're negative and they have negative thinking, they're always talking about being broke or always talking about other people, eventually you're going to be like that. And when you're like that, you're in that negative energy, you're going to start attracting more people like that. And you're going to start attracting more broke energy and more bad energy around you, and more, negative vibes. So it starts to reflect based on what you're around and what you take in, right? But in this new season that you're in, I want you to learn how to consume and be in an environment that is full of the cure, the antidote, the things that are bringing nourishment and health and vitality and healing to you. But what I want you to understand is that it all starts with a choice. It's all about what you choose. Life is going to keep giving you randomness, but you have to learn how to choose. And your choice is what creates the direction of life. Life is going to give you what it gives you. But once you make a decision, you're like, okay, I want to walk down this path instead of this path, and I want to be this person. A part of your personality and who you are is chosen. It's what you're choosing to think about. It's what you're choosing to consume. Social media, your friends that you're around, the things that you're thinking. You're choosing a lot of things, You don't even choose your thoughts until you do. Your brain is constantly giving you thoughts all throughout the day. And then you may find a thought and you might start obsessing over that thought. And it's usually a negative one. If it's about your looks or your body, or a negative thought about the person you're dating or friend or family member, judgments you have about random people online, you're choosing to attach to these thoughts. And then once you attach to them, it's creating an action and a behavior out of you. So if you want things to change and you want there to be some evolution in your life, you have to choose something different, decide to be something different, and then the actions that you take will be different. The environments that you get into will be different. The universe will offer you different, and then everything will be different. Break out of the spirit and mentality of learned helplessness. Stop allowing external situations to teach you incorrectly that you deserve to be stuck where you are, or you deserve to have this type of life, or this earth cannot offer you anything better. Break out of that illusion that you can't formulate something different in your life. You can't use the resources around you, because there are resources. It's all about the way that you think and you observe what's going on in your reality. There's always resources to create different, even if it's just a couple crumbs, even if it's just a couple pieces. You have to think about our ancestors that would take leaves and take herbs from the environment, flowers, and create teas, and use fires to create herbs, herbal mixes to heal people. They took little things in the environment and they used that to create a concoction for healing, for growth, for prosperity, for people. You have to start to have that type of thinking. Be resourceful, be strategic, be hopeful, be mindful as you go about creating this change in your life. And one thing that I really do love about myself is that no matter what I've been through, especially during my very rough college career, is that I've always had faith that things can be better, and I always chose better for myself. So even if I was still making certain toxic decisions, there's always was a part of me that's like, you can have better. You can do better than this. You will have better than this. And eventually, even having that thought, I would eventually have better than that. I would level up. I feel like my whole college career has been me leveling up from one level to the next, and I'm still going, you know? And I think just having the choice every day to have better is how you stay out of ruts and you stay out of that mindset that you're stuck. Because so many of us feel like we're stuck, but you're not stuck. You're just mentally stuck. You're mentally choosing old behaviors and old thoughts that don't exist anymore, things that you shouldn't be thinking about anymore. You're choosing those thoughts when you really could be adopting a new program, a new mindset. And that's something that I always try to do for myself, is I'm always trying to read something new, or I'm always trying to listen to someone new, because I want to be someone new. And not because I don't like myself, but it's like I know there's a higher version of myself. You know, it's not that I want to transform into a completely different person, but there can be an evolution. There could be an upgrade to what I already have. As a black person, I am oppressed. As a gay person, I am oppressed. But it's not the oppression that's going to define my life. That is not the title of the book that I'm writing for my life. That's not the title. That is not even part of the chapters of my life, is oppression. I know that that exists, and I'm not being negligent of that. I just choose to accept better for myself. And I kind of get this trait a little bit from my mom, because I feel like growing up, I wasn't really coddled by her. Like, I didn't have a mom that was like, oh, what's wrong with you? Let me hug you. Let me kiss you. Oh my God, what happened? Da, da, da. If I was hurt, even physically, she would just have a solution. Or she'd be like, okay, we're going to do something new next time. She would tell me what to do next time so that wouldn't happen. If I was on my bike and I got scraped, she would just help me clean it and get a Band-Aid. My mom wouldn't be worried about my health and if I'm dying and this and that. Or even as I go through my college experience, I would call her and I would just be like, my life is a mess. Like, I don't know what's going on. Like, I'm confused about my major. I'm confused about my friendships. I'm confused about everything. I don't even know what I want to do in my life. Like, who am I? And she would never worry and take me serious. It's the thing about my mom. She never would take any drama I would bring her about my life serious, and in a way that kind of programmed me to kind of like be like, okay, she's not being dramatic, she's calm. Then I kind of reflected like, okay, I should be calm then, right? So now, even when super crazy situations happen to me, I've kind of programmed to be calm. My first reaction is to be calm. Even when I was in college, and this is kind of crazy, and I know it's a whole separate video I should make, is that I was involved in a school shooting at this college. And during that time, I was abnormally really, really calm. I didn't expect myself to be. Who would be calm in that situation? But I feel like the reason I'm like that is really partially because of my mom, because I've learned that in the worst situations, the way that you're going to get out of them is first by responding in balance and to be calm. To be fearful and stressed out can come next. But in order for myself to find the solution, to find the key out of this situation, I have to be calm. I have to make a good decision out of this situation. I can't be stressed out and dramatic and complain. I need to learn how to, use all my mental resources to choose the best thing to get myself out of this. The mindset from my mother of like, you're gonna be fine, everything's gonna work out, like, I don't even know why you're stressed about that. Like, she will always just be super chill. And she's an Aquarius, and that's an air sign, and I'm a Pisces. So Pisces, they can say we can be kind of emotional. My Aquarius mom is like, chill out, like, everything is gonna be fine, you literally don't even worry about a thing. I remember when I was younger and I would be scared of something in the dark getting me, right? And a thing that my mom used to always say was, if something was in the dark and it was going to get you, it would have already gotten you by now. And that stuck with me because it was like, dang, it taught me like, I'm in this situation that I'm fearful of, but I'm not dead. Nothing has happened to me that has left me completely incapacitated or whatever. There's no monster here that's killing me right now, hurting me. So it's like, if it wasn't there before and I'm not dead yet, then it's not going to be there next time. So if there's another bad situation, I know I can choose different, and I know I can think different, and I will get out of it. So like, I don't need to worry about what's in the darkness for me, because I'm always going to get out of the darkness. It's always a light nearby to turn on. I don't have to worry about that. So even with that mindset, I dispelled the fear of being worried about something being in the dark. And I actually started now to enjoy the darkness, because I'm not worried about there being something there. And if there is something there, I believe in my ability to respond to it. When you watch a movie, you're not worried about the protagonist's history. A part of you are at the start, because you want to figure out who they are. But once you get past that, then you're thinking, where are they going? What's the climax of this story? What's the ending to this story? Like, you ever watch a movie and just, you're like, dang, okay, what's going to happen at the end? Like, I've seen all this bad stuff happen to the protagonist. They've struggled, they've grown, but how does this end? That's what you should be worried about. How does your story, what's the beginning, middle, and end of your story? But more importantly, what's the middle and end? The beginning of your story, you had a bad childhood, you had all that crazy stuff happen. That's okay. It was not okay, but it's okay now, because you're fine. But it's like, where are you headed to in the future? What decisions are you making now based on what happened in the past? As you being the protagonist, have you learned and grown so that the ending of your story is going to be a good one, and it's going to tie back in to the beginning of the story? Because that's what we look for in a movie. We look for the protagonist to use what they've learned along the way to escape their problem or defeat the issue that was part of the climax. And I know for me, some days it feels like I'm in the beginning, some days I feel like I'm in the middle, but no matter how I'm feeling that day, all I care about is how this ends and where I'm going. I'm worried about the direction that I'm headed. I'm focused on the direction of my life, the path that I'm on. That's the only thing I worry about. I can't change what has happened to me. I can only prevent, or create stuff for my future. And in that, I have to be present within myself. So I can't live in the past, and I can't live in the future. I can visit the past in therapy. I can visit the future when I'm manifesting, but I only exist and have power right now. So the present is really a present, because this is the time where I'm going to make a decision to have something different. And if you have people around you that are reminding you about your past, remind them that that is an outdated version of you. That's an old update. They talking about the iPhone 5 version of you, and you're on iPhone 10. You're not on that level anymore. That's an outdated version of what you are now. And you can still grow to be an iPhone 15. You're not there yet, but you're at that iPhone 10 level. But they're trying to say, oh, a few years ago, you were on an iPhone 5 level. Okay, so be it. I was on an iPhone 5 level. Don't let people embarrass you and make you feel bad. Like, I was on that level before, but that's not where I'm at now. It's not giving that. So I'm not going to allow you to shame me, because I take ownership of where I've been and what I'm upgrading to. Okay, I'm on an iPhone 10, but I know in 1 year I could be an iPhone 15, because I can evolve that quickly. And if someone is shaming you, they're not on the iPhone 10 level with you. They're still stuck on the iPhone 5 level that you were at. So if they're shaming you and bringing you down, they're trying to pull you back a couple upgrades. They're trying to downgrade you, and you're trying to move past that. So look towards the future. Don't live in the future. Be where you are now, on the level that you are, because you're on a good level. The fact that you're watching this video, you're on a good level. You want something different, and you want something better. And I know I do too. All in all, if you guys really enjoyed this video, don't forget to rewatch it. Don't forget to rewatch it and send it to somebody else. And I will see you guys in my next one. Adios.